Hey everybody, I'm Jane Hamill and I'm from fashionbrainacademy.com. Today's video is about the 5 most common mistakes fashion designers make and how you can avoid them. Otherwise known as if you don't want your business to fail in the first 6 months. How about that? So I'm going to tell you about these 5 mistakes and what you can do, and I'm going to also tell you about a new group consulting program, which is a place where you can go to get more videos like this to help you with your design business go on the shortest path from your creative idea in your head to actually selling your line and having some sales. All right, so let's get going. I decided to make this video because I noticed that a lot of my designers, my new designers, were getting stuck on certain things, okay? And what I noticed is here you are, new designer, aren't you cute? You cute little boots. You have a great idea, all right? And you're here with your great idea and you want to get it started and you start working on things and you get stuck. You have questions about things and there's no central place for information where you can go to find out how to go step 1, step 2, step 3 to having an actual design business where you can sell your line. All right, so here you go. Now the first problem is you're here, you have a great idea, but you go, you start to get frustrated, you have questions, you fall into this deep well of confusion, you get overwhelmed with options, you don't know where to turn. You need answers to these questions. Number 3, here comes some smarty with some answers, with some guidance, and with some experience on how to deal with certain problems, okay? Then you feel better, you go to step 4, aren't you so cute, so happy, new business, all right? So that's what I find keeps happening. And I see 5 things that people keep making the same mistakes over and over again, different designers, and I want to tell you what they are. All right, so there's a lot of things you can do right and a lot of things you can do wrong, all right? These are the biggest 5 things that people do wrong. All right, the first one is people are not clear, the new designers starting a new business are not clear on their goals for their business, nor do they get a plan going. What happens is they just get so excited. We're designers, we're super creative, we have a million ideas in our heads, and we just want to do it. We just want to go. We don't want to plan it because that's boring. And I'm saying this because I know I've done it. I've been that person. I had my line for over 14 years. I sold it to stores. I also had a line of bridesmaids dresses, and I had my store. And trust me, doing something and getting some action going is a lot more fun than making a plan and setting your goals. The problem is it doesn't work. You're just working, but you're not working towards any specific thing, so you're not going anywhere. So this is what I found with my own business for sure, but absolutely with my clients and the new designers that I'm working with now. So what this type of thing, working on your goals and having a plan, includes defining your customer, finding out who's your competition, and really getting to know them. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh yeah, I've heard this all before. Well, just because it's simple in the concept doesn't mean that you should discount it, because it's very, very important, and it's actually a lot harder than it seems to define your real customer, to really know what it is that they want from you. And then the other thing is when you also want to determine what kind of business do you want to have. And by that I don't mean what kind of product do you want to make. What I mean is from a life-work balance, from a lifestyle, feasibility, how much it's going to take, how much cash flow it's going to take, how much startup capital it's going to take, all of these things. Which sales avenue are you going to go? Are you going to go just selling online? Are you going to sell to stores, sell to trunk shows, home parties, a lot of different things, because knowing where you want to end up and having a plan can really make a difference in the beginning, determining what you design and how you design it. Okay? If you have a business model where you can only sell direct to consumer because you need the markup like that, then you need to know that now. You'll be stuck there forever. If you know it and that's okay with you, that's okay. But if you don't and you find out later, well, I can never sell my line to stores because I won't make enough money, that can be incredibly disappointing, and that can put you out of business too, because you won't be able to make a living that way. Okay? So the next one is to be a business person first, okay? And a creative person second. Now this sounds kind of simple too, right? But let me tell you, it's really hard to take your creative juices and know when to put them on the back burner or on the side to make your business successful. Having a business is about making the dollar, okay? Making some money. And so if you are not willing to give up some certain things that maybe are really creative and wonderful for you, but are not going to make a business, in the right instances, if you're not willing to do that, it's going to be a problem. You need to know when to say, like I used to make mistakes all the time. I used to say, even for my store, I would want these certain shoes I'd want to carry in my shop, and I'd buy a dozen of them for my store so I could get one free. I mean, it's monumentally stupid when I look at it now, but I didn't want to go out and pay the money to buy my shoes, when really I should have just bought shoes that were good for the business and then taken the money and gone out and bought whatever pair of shoes I wanted to in the world. It's just that you get caught up in it. You got up in the creativity, like that would look good in my store, that would look good on my line, whether it's going to work and make you some profit or not. And that can be a big problem. The other thing here is you want to worry about what's good for them and not what's good for you, right? So what are people going to buy rather than just only what do I want to design? There needs to be a balance there. So that's where your business mind needs to come in. All right, number 3 is all about the money. Cash flow, costing, pricing. I say when I meet new clients, sometimes I'll say, well, which are your best sellers? And they know that. And then I say, well, which ones are the most profitable? Which ones have the highest margin? Oh, I don't know, but I sell a ton of this. Well, then once I get in there to look at it, I see that item's not making you any money at all. So if you sold one or you sold 100, you'd still have no money left over at the end of the day. You need to know how long can you survive making little or no money, how much is going to cost you to start your business, and how much are you going to charge for your items, okay, for your line. All right, the next thing is that you need to have a niche. I like to say, I've heard it around, it's said niche to be rich, all right? We're not talking about getting rich here, but we're talking about having a nice business, right? Or, great if you get rich, but you want to have a tight niche so people know what you're selling, so it's clear, okay? And you want to have a good focus. Focus on a product that you can make better, faster, easier, better customer service, one great idea about your product, just one thing about it, okay, that's better than the competition, which is, again, we're back to number 1, you have researched and really know what's out there and know why they're going to come to you to buy something instead of buying it from somebody else. Because nobody's walking around naked. Everybody has clothes, right? Everybody has a handbag or somewhere to carry their wallet. And everybody usually has a pair of earrings or some kind of jewelry. They don't need you. You have to give them a reason to want you, okay? So narrow down, your product should be tight. If you don't need a whole collection in the beginning, you just pick a category, do it great, and then you can expand and you can eventually have a whole collection if you like, but I don't recommend you start with one. You need a niche. Okay, and number 5 is, what's number 5? Oh yeah, this is a bad one. I see this all the time, and have been a victim of this, so I know this one well. They do everything at once, and you try to do everything yourself. That is not a sustainable business model. It comes down to my favorite topic in the world, one of them, besides design businesses, is time management. A lot of fashion designers have difficulty. I have a lot of difficulty managing my time because I get interested in about 100 different things a day, and I'm very creative, and you are too, probably, and that's why you're here. And so there's like multiple ideas in your head at any given moment. Bright, shiny object syndrome, right? But multiple ideas can be the kiss of death. You need to focus on what you're going to do that's going to work back and make your goals achievable, all right? So designing this or this and that, and somebody asks you to design, or you're all over the place and you're speaking or whatever, you gotta settle down and do a few things at a time that focus on what you have planned and where you want to go. If you say, I want to have 6 stores that I sell to in the next 4 months, then everything you should do should work towards that goal. You want to block out the other things that are opportunities that come to you that you just can't focus on everything at one time. So this, I think, is a big one that separates the men from the boys when it comes to designers having their own business. All right. So back to when you're starting out and you're new, you have a great idea. You don't know how to get there. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about is the new designer. Ooh, come on, baby. New designer group consulting program. So as my private practice started to get full with one-on-one clients, I got a lot of requests from people who wanted to start a business, and I found they're asking the same questions over and over. So I thought the best thing to do was to start a group consulting program that's all online, and it's training videos like this, webinars, PDFs that you can download, worksheets. There are cheat sheets you get in there, you know, how to do an order form, how to approach a store, what kind of licenses do you need to get started, how to get your first sample made. All of the questions that I get over and over again are answered in this new designer group. All right, so here's how it works. Once a month, well, actually, whenever you sign up, it's rolling admission, so you can start anytime, and it goes for 6 months. So the first one you get, the first session, is how to lay the foundation for your business. Make sure you have the legal structure that you have in mind. Start working on your goals. What is your niche, your creative idea, what's exciting about it, what's your one great thing, all of that stuff, okay? And so you start with the first session, and then 30 days later you get the second session, and so on for 6 months. You also get, so you get one training a month, and then you get, every month I do a live with me on the phone. You can call in for my office hours. Now you can email your question ahead and then we'll talk, or you can call me for some short appointments for spot coaching directly with you. It's private, so you can have access to me like a private client in, you know, a short amount of time to ask specifically for your business. All right, so this is a great thing. I think it's not something I'll be doing forever with this group, but I'm doing it now because it's the beginning and I want to get to know everybody and all your issues and help you get your business going. Okay, the next thing is that you're going to have access to an online private membership group where you can get to know the other designers who are in the program, and you guys can work with each other and play off of each other. So, hey, I have a good source for this. Does anybody need this? Where do you find this? How do you do this? And these are going to be people from across the country. So you'll meet some local to you and some all over the place. So everybody will have a different perspective. I think it'll be a nice place where designers can come together and have a community and have some support. Because you know what? It can be very isolating when you have your own business and you don't have a group like that to turn to. I highly recommend some type of industry group, no matter where you are or what you're doing. The next thing is that you can, it goes for 6 months. So yep, I said that. You have 6 sessions of office hours, and you have the community page. If you look below, you'll see there's a space to find out more and to sign up. I hope you'll join us, and thank you so much for listening to the 5 common mistakes of fashion designers and the info about the group consulting. Take care.